If you are looking for a big style change for your 2024 or newer Ford Mustang, this GTD style vented hood in carbon fiber is a solid choice to do it with. Now, a hood can make all the difference when it comes to the vibe of your car, and the carbon fiber appearance here and the aggressive GTD race car styling with this hood in particular will take your Mustang to the next level when it comes to its appearance. Now, it's also a great choice for the Mustang owner who is searching for a functional hood to better their Mustang's performance for the track or just spirited driving, featuring large venting for better heat extraction and some weight reduction as a whole with the construction if you're in search of form and function when it comes to upgrading your hood. Now, the hood's biggest feature here is the GTD inspired style, adding that track look and feel to the Mustang while also not looking out of place. Now, the body lines match up incredibly well at the front with the front bumper and or grille area, and the large heat extractors right in the middle add a lot of character to the appearance with the louver style edges, the oversized build, and the honeycomb mesh inserts on the inside of each extractor. Now, as I said, the hood is also functional, allowing cool air into the hood passively, but mainly letting out all of that hot engine bay air that gets trapped underneath the hood. Now, that helps keep your temps down, especially if you're tracking your Mustang and or live in a hot area and do a lot of spirited driving, as I mentioned, and just want to make sure that your Mustang is performing at its best. Now, this has a carbon fiber construction, which is super lightweight compared to the factory hood, adding some weight savings to your build for quicker track times, and it's durable for such a lightweight option. Now, the hood also has a glossy clear coat on top, so you don't have to do any further work and you can just enjoy a finished appearance to your Mustang, and the clear coat will help protect the hood and keep it looking new over time. And the underside of the hood is pretty much the same, but it does include a protective layer out of the box that does require removal for these hood extractors here, but once they're off, this is going to be completely wide open with the exception of the honeycomb insert that's there. And this also comes with all of the hardware needed for the install, and I recommend with any carbon fiber hood, this one included, that you use a traditional prop rod compared to hood struts with this setup. The struts can be a little bit too much for the hood with the lightweight build and end up cracking the carbon fiber, so just keep that in mind when it comes time to install this. Now, this is about $2,000, which is pretty average for a carbon fiber hood for the S650. Now, when comparing this to other choices, however, you're going to see a lot of different styles, factory inspired and not. So if you're really interested in the GTD styling overall, this is a great choice to do it with and one of the only options. Now, this is also carbon fiber compared to other aluminum or composite choices and comes finished. So again, there's no additional work that you're gonna have to do with this choice, making it a no-brainer if a carbon hood is what you're looking for. Now, this is a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, being fairly simple, but I'd recommend an extra set of hands in order to get this mounted up. And if you have that and some basic hand tools, it should take no less than 2 hours to get this installed. At this point, I'm gonna hand it over to one of our installers here. They're gonna show you a detailed breakdown, how you can bolt this up to your Mustang at home. So that wraps it up for what I have to say. Let's go ahead and get into the install.
Tools required for this install include a drill, a ratchet, a couple different size clip remover tools, scissors or diagonal cutters, drill bits going up to a 1/2 inch, some zip ties, zip tie clips, 10mm socket, a round file, and a hood prop. What's up, guys? Today we're installing a hood on our Mustang, so let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is remove our liner. It's held in by a bunch of clips, so I got a clip remover tool to pop all these out. So I'm just gonna get my tool behind these clips and just pop them out. I'm gonna get the ones up top last so this doesn't fall on me. Next, we're going to need to pop off our washer line. We've got a few clips holding this in all the way over to our hinge. Now this one's broken here. But the ones that are in there, I'm gonna grab a clip remover tool, pop that out. And now on the washer line, we've got this black clip that we're gonna push up on, and then we can just pull this straight back and off. We're just gonna do that same thing over here. And then we'll just follow it over to the side of our hood and pop out our clip. So just follow your line, popping out your clips as you go until it's not connected to your hood anymore. And we're just gonna lay that across our cowl for now. So now at this point, the only thing holding our hood are our hood struts, as well as the two nuts on our hinges. I'm gonna grab a buddy for this. I'm gonna get him on one side, me on the other side. We're gonna take our ratchet. I'm gonna remove the two nuts and pop this strut off on my side, pass it over to him, and then we'll pull the hood off. So I'm not gonna take these hood struts off yet because that's the only thing holding this up right now. But we're gonna do it all in one go. So I'm gonna give you a close-up of how you're gonna pop this off once we get to that point. So now once you and your buddy are supporting the hood on either side, the way you're gonna undo this hood strut is by taking a small flathead screwdriver that'll fit in that gap. And you're just gonna get right behind this clip. You're gonna pry out on that clip. And then you can pop that off. Now I'm gonna put this back until I get my buddy, but that's your close-up of how you're gonna do it once you have good support on both sides. So now I've got my buddy with me. I'm gonna pop off my hood strut and then pass the screwdriver over to him so he can do his, and then we'll get the nuts off and fully remove this hood. Be very careful when you're removing this, not to let it go backwards into the windshield. You're gonna have a bad time. Now I'm just taking a 10mm socket to remove the two nuts. So now before we get our new hood on, we got some things we got to transfer over from our stock one. We've still got our two sprayer nozzles in there that we need to remove. We're gonna pop out all the clips on that weather seal up front. We're gonna get our hinge out of here, as well as these two rubber screws for the alignment of the hood. So now we'll remove these sprayer nozzles. We've got a clip underneath of here. I popped the other one off so you can see this. This clip right here, you're gonna wanna push in, and then you can lift up and then slide it out. So just get that small flathead screwdriver, press in on that clip while pulling with upward pressure. And then it'll pop out. And then we just gotta fish it out of that hole. Do the same thing on the other side. Now next we're gonna get our weather seal. We've got a bunch of clips here. So we're just gonna peel back and then just get your pry tool under there. Pop your clip out. And then just work your way across, popping out all these clips. And then you can pull that out. Next we'll get these rubber stoppers out of here. We've got one on each side. This is gonna control the height of your hood. So just twist it out just like a screw. And then repeat on the other side. And now we're just down to our hood latch. Grab a 10mm socket to remove your two nuts. you can just pull your latch right off. So now we're ready to begin assembling our new hood. We gotta swap over everything we pulled off our old one. I'm gonna start with the hood latch here. Now from the factory, we had nuts. Here we have threaded inserts. So I grabbed an M6 by 1 by 16 bolt with a flat washer that I'm gonna be using for both of these. So now take your bolt and washer, thread it into that threaded insert. And then we're gonna get our latch as straight as possible and then take a 10mm socket to tighten it down. So now we're gonna get our rubber stoppers here. Now you can kind of see where these threads are more spread apart. That's gonna be your end point from where the factory was. So that's gonna be our starting point here, and then we can adjust as needed. Get those threading in. That factory spot was right about there, so repeat that on the other side. Next we'll install our weather strip. So just take all your clips, press those down into the holes. Now we need to get our sprayer nozzles in here. Now we do have a hole for the nozzle and the clip to go into, but we don't have an exit hole. So you're gonna wanna pick a spot where you have a good amount of material to work with so you're not risking drilling through the carbon fiber on the other side of the hood. The most material I can find is right about here. So it's gonna kind of go at an angle like that. So we're gonna drill a small pilot hole and then we're gonna keep stepping up until we have enough room to get this through. I'm probably gonna end up going about a 7/16 hole, but we'll drill our hole, step up from there and see how it goes. All right, so now we're ready to drill our hole. Now I've got the other side done, so the drill bits that we're gonna be using is a 3/32 to drill our pilot hole, and then we're gonna step up to a 3/16, followed by a 9/32, and then a 5/16, and then we'll go 7/16, and then all the way up to a 1/2 inch. And then I've got a circular file here to clean it up once we're all done with our last hole. So now you're gonna have to kind of start out going in at an angle. You wanna get it just enough to where it won't walk on you when you switch your angle to more straight. Go nice and slow, just be very careful not to let the drill get away from you and go through the other side here. So now I've got a little bit, so I'm gonna change my angle to go nice and straight here. Now we'll step up. Now once you have your holes drilled, take your file, clean up your edges. Be careful with this as well. So now we're gonna take our washer line, we're gonna put it through our hole, feed it through to the other side. And then just wiggle that through. And now we're gonna take that hook and hook that under this lip here, and then we're gonna press our clip into the bottom. And then repeat on the other side. So now our carbon fiber hood is a lot lighter than our factory hood. Now typically with carbon fiber hoods, it's not advised to use these factory hood struts. They're a little too powerful and they can crack your new hood right in half. Now they do make lighter weight shocks for carbon fiber hoods. So if you want to go that route, you can do that. Now for our install, I'm not going to recommend using these factory hood struts. So I'm going to pop these out. It's going to be the same on the other end as it was to get this off. So I'm going to grab my flathead screwdriver and then just like before, get that underneath that retaining clip, pop that back and pop your hood strut off. And then do that on the other side as well. So now I've got my buddy here to help me line this up. We're going to get these studs onto our hinges. Once again, watch your windshield. And then thread on your factory nuts. So now we're gonna get this about as straight as we can get it for now. I'm gonna tighten it down and then we'll lay it down, make sure our hinge lines up, check our body gaps on each side, and then we'll make our adjustments from there. Now our latch lines up, we're just gonna check our body gaps on each side, we'll make our micro adjustments from there. So now I've got a rod here holding my hood. Now we had a slightly larger gap on this side than we did on that side. So I'm gonna loosen one hinge at a time. I need this hood to come this way. So I'm gonna loosen up this hinge and push this hinge this way. We're doing small adjustments here. And I'm gonna mimic that on the other side as well. And this is just a great process of trial and error here. Move my hinge over to the left a little bit. And then that's the process. You're just gonna keep repeating until you get your body lines even on both sides. So now I'm gonna pull my rod out, lay it down. And we still got a little bit of a bigger gap over here, so we're just gonna have to keep doing that process a couple times until we get it lined up. So now we're gonna hop underneath our hood, reconnect our washer line. So take that black clip and push that back into place. And then press onto your washer line until you hear that click. Do the same thing over here. And then we just need to secure our line. So to do that, I'm gonna be using these zip tie clips. They're double-side tape. You can stick them down and then run a zip tie through them to secure your line. So now just line up your washer line, figure out a spot where you can put these. So I'm probably gonna put one here and one right up here. So just peel that backing off and stick it down. Run your zip tie through it. Raise it up into place. zip tie it down. Take some scissors or diagonal cutters, cut the excess off the zip tie. I'm just gonna put one more up here. Now you don't want to pinch down on your line, make sure it can still move, otherwise you won't get fluid going through there. Cut off your zip tie, and then just give your hood a close, make sure you're not pinching your line, and then you're good to go. So now the last thing you need to check are your rubber stoppers. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna close and latch your hood. You're gonna get down here to the fender. You're gonna make sure that from a side view that those two are level together. If your hood's too high, you're gonna twist this to the right to thread it in. If your hood sinks below the fender, you're gonna twist it to the left and bring it out. Do that on both sides, and then all your adjustment will be complete and you'll be all set to rock and roll. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the GTD style vented hood in carbon fiber for your 2024 and newer Mustang. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.